Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah, and I'm here with Gary Kyle, the CEO of Meridian. In a short amount of time, Meridian has partnered with some of the most recognizable recruitment agencies and also has quite a few yachts using their crew hiring platform. So, Gary, tell us a little bit about yourself and Meridian, but first off, how did you get into yachting?
That's a really good question. I would say that my love for the water started probably 20 years ago. 20 years ago, my kids were 2 and 4. And I wanted to see if they would enjoy the lake in Dallas, Texas. And so we bought a very old Bayliner cuddy cabin. And we had that for, I don't know, maybe a summer just to see if the kids were going to like it. And they did. They didn't mind it. And we had a really good time spending time on the lake and decided to upgrade from that. So we bought a 33-foot Sea Ray. Had that for a summer or two, and then we eventually bought a 51-foot Sea Ray and had that for a couple years also on the lake. And so I would say with the kids being so busy with activities and that kind of thing, they, really didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on the boat and on the lake that last summer or two. And so I just decided to say, you know what if we move this thing to the ocean? So I didn't know anyone that owned a boat. I didn't know anything about the lifestyle. I didn't know anything about yachting. I really just read up a little bit on it, decided to go get my captain's license so I know what to do on the ocean going from point A to point B. And yeah, we broke down the boat, put it on a semi, sent it to Fort Lauderdale, and rented a slip at the Bahia Mar. Funny story, they told me that your boat, we're happy to have you, but we're going to put you on the dinghy dock. I didn't even know what that word meant at the time, but it's kind of funny looking back now, having, a pretty good sized boat on a lake, a 51-foot boat on the lake, to having basically tenders that are larger than that. But anyway, we took that boat all over the Bahamas for about 3 summers and really enjoyed it, and decided to, buy a little bit bigger boat. We bought an 82-foot Princess. And we did the same thing. So we spent probably another 4 years going around the Bahamas on that. But yeah, I just had a really good time. And that's my story about how I was introduced to the water, finding my love for the water, and actually eventually getting out to Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, so tell us how Meridian began and what Meridian does.
Well, Meridian actually began by accident. I never intended to have a business in the yachting industry. I just enjoyed, being on boats and having fun with family, showing new experiences to my kids, and that kind of thing. But, one time I was looking for crew and I couldn't really find a consistent place to find crew. And it seemed like the technology was just a little different than what I was used to. I'd created software for the healthcare space, and our software was in 9 out of 10 hospitals. And so it was really commercialized. It was very straightforward. And so I thought, wow, could I bring some of that experience, to this industry and make a difference? And so I liked what I saw with Crew for Yachts. I just thought, hey, maybe this is something where I can purchase and maybe even make better. So I acquired it in 2020 and put together a team that I had before for some other software products. And we began making a bunch of changes, adding new features and doing focus groups, figuring out what employers wanted, what they needed, how we could make it better. And that really was our mission. Our mission was, how can we jump into this industry and actually make it better than we found it? And so we stick to that mission every single day, and we're always improving, and we're always trying to bring the industry, innovative new ideas. For example, we have a product called Direct Hire that allows crew to easily register. That's what was one of the big problems about filling out lengthy profiles on recruiter sites or database sites, having to update your CV and then having to also update your profile. You guys are probably cringing right now because you know what I'm talking about. And anytime you have to, update it with a reference or a new work history or anything like that, it's just a pain. So we said, let's make it simple. Let's just allow a crew member to upload their CV, some magic that happens behind the scenes that pulls the picture and some of your basic information, creates a profile for you. There's no digital thing that you have to figure out. We allow recruiters, we allow employers, Now that we've digitized every CV, they can literally go in like Google and just search for keywords and find specific licenses, hobbies, skills, or whatever, to really find that needle in the haystack, type employee. So, that's one innovative new product. And the other one is Recruiter Cloud. And I won't bore you with all the details, but, instead of using a recruiter or maybe two, you can call it Meridian, and one of our, directors will take the phone call, will take what job, what position that you're looking for, all the details, and then send it out to 10 of our partner recruiters. And they're some of the most recognizable recruiters around the world. Essentially, you get them all to work on your behalf to help, find you crew. So they'll send their best candidates forward, and you simply just pick the best. And you don't pay us at all. You actually pay the recruiters directly. At the end of the day, you just have a better candidate, faster. You have more crew pools to fish from, essentially, as opposed to just using maybe one or two recruiters on your own. So that is another product that we launched that's been quite successful. People like the efficiency of it and also the quality of the crew that are coming through it. So we're always looking to come up with new ideas to make this crew hiring process, easier for employers, including making it safer for crew members as well.
Okay, so now can you tell us how many people use Meridian and who they are?
Good question. How many people use Meridian? So we have crew and then we have employers. And so on the crew side, we have thousands of available crew that are looking for jobs every single day. And then on the employer side, we have over 450 yachts that have experienced the software. They like it. They're posting jobs every single day. We're partnered with over 50 recruitment agencies that like to post their jobs on our platform every single day. There's yacht management companies. They do the same thing. And even brokers. Brokers will sell a boat, and that new owner, well, I have a new boat now, but no crew. Can you help me with that? And so we have brokers that also use our platform to help find crew.
So based on your experience, what 3 things do you think crew like most about using Meridian?
Yeah, the 3 things I think crew like about using our software, the first is that it's free. Okay, so number 2, it's the fastest platform in the industry to join, whether it's a recruiter site or a job site or anything like that. In under 2 minutes, they can upload their CV, and our software behind the scenes then takes their picture from their CV, creates their profile picture, takes their information from their CV, creates their profile information, and then we digitize the whole CV so that now when employers are looking for crew members, it's almost like going on Google and doing a Google search, right? Their CV, everyone's CV in our database is digitized. And so whatever you're looking for, a certain position, a certain license, a certain skill, certain hobby, employers can easily search and find exactly who they're looking for. And I would say probably the third thing then is if that's fast to join, it's even faster to apply to these jobs. So crew really like that aspect of it. They go in a couple seconds, they select their preferences, like only send me jobs, for these positions in these locations, for example. And then we're the only platform out there that sends these jobs by WhatsApp. This is what they're used to using, and they can apply to any job, right there from their phone in seconds.
So it seems crew are enjoying using the platform. So what do employers like about it?
I think employers like to use Meridian for several reasons. One, it's fast to post jobs on it. It's also designed in a way to not, to save them a lot of time so that they get quality candidates that actually apply to their job. They're not spending time sorting through candidates that don't really meet their qualifications. And so one of the ways that we handle that is through, we allow them to ask screening questions. And so those screening questions could be anything like, well, do you have 3 years experience working in the med? Or do you have experience, 2 years experience, for example, working on Caterpillar engines? The list can go on. And for these screening questions, they can also tick the box that says deal breaker. So I'm just going to give you a couple examples. Do you smoke? If you mark deal breaker, or do you have visible tattoos? Seems to be some easy ones that I can just think of. Then yeah, so you won't see those candidates. They'll be tucked away somewhere else where you can go review them if you want, but you won't see those. So it's again designed to save time. I think they also like the number of candidates that we send them. We have thousands of crew that are looking for a job every single day. And so when they send out that job, on average, they're seeing 35 to 40 candidates apply to each job on Meridian. For captains, chief stew, deckhand, some of those are seeing over 100 candidates. And then once they do apply, we have the intelligent search feature for them to then go in and say, okay, I'm looking for this specific license, or whatever they want to type in Google, basically. And it just finds the needle in the haystack, as far as crew go. So they're not wasting a whole lot of time reading through candidates, finding out that most of them don't meet their qualifications, for example. I think the other thing that they like about Meridian, and maybe this is one of the biggest things that they like about it, it's affordable. We did this on purpose. We give lots of features. There's lots of benefits, so we're using it. But we wanted to make it less expensive than using a recruiter, and it's actually, less expensive than using some of the other crew databases out there. So I think those are the major reasons why employers like using Meridian.
I've heard that you and A-Crew formed a partnership. So why did you decide to join forces?
We decided to join forces with A-Crew for several reasons. I think first of all, it gives us now a combined presence in the Med and also here in the US. And I think second, they've been in business for 14 years. They offer training, crew events, workshops, and their crew awards every year, which is awesome. With that portfolio of products combined with our hiring platform, it just made sense to offer, just a larger portfolio of products to our combined customer base. And so, man, it's been really fun working with these guys, and we're looking forward to working with them even further and coming up with new products together.
Well, Gary, that's all the questions I have for now. Thank you so much for the interview. And if you want to learn more about Meridian, just go to their website, meridiango.com. Bye.